Hello. I have decided to simply begin because I've been thinking about starting a knitting channel for a little while now. I'm thinking that this is going to be somewhere where people who like to knit can be and get ideas and talk about their ideas and their projects. I don't have many friends who knit, so I was hoping to find some more really. I've been inspired by Connie, whose YouTube account I'll try and tag below. I hope other people know her. She, about a year ago I think now, but I only discovered her in the last couple of months, decided to start a knitting YouTube channel, and I love her videos and I love that she just decided to do it. So I've sort of taken some inspiration from that. So I knit. I can also crochet, but crocheting isn't my go-to. That's definitely much more knitting. I'm also trying to get back into sewing on the machine that I got when I was probably about 12 years old. So it's stood up well, but I'm trying to get back into that. I recently made a little sort of wash bag, makeup bag type thing, which I'm ridiculously proud of. And overall, I'm just quite a sort of crafty, arty person. I like to embroider. I do a lot of journaling and doodling and all that kind of thing. I graduated from university recently and I'm feeling the post-graduation fear that I'm sure other people can relate to. I've been applying to jobs. It's chaos. It's chaos out there. The amount of times I've Googled sort of, can you knit for a job? And the overwhelming response seems to be no, not if you want to survive. But hey ho, I want to try and find some way to use my creativity. So we're gonna do this. I'm currently knitting with some yarn that I bought in Broadstairs near Margate in England. I wanted to knit a sort of summery top, and obviously I never got around to it, and now it's mid-September and the weather has suddenly got colder, so I'm finally getting around to my summer top now. It's actually a cotton acrylic mix, so it's 60 or 70% cotton and the rest is acrylic, which I'm less inclined towards acrylic for garments because I don't like the way that it wears, I don't like the feel of it. It's, you know, all of the sort of classic things. But the feel of this yarn was nice, and anyway, I'm not justifying it. It's in this lovely sort of olive green colour. And so I've had it for about 3 months and I didn't really know what to make. I did the classic thing where you buy yarn without having your project set yet. So then obviously I had to find a project to fit the yarn, which is, I think, much harder. I found this pattern on Ravelry. It's called the Columbine. It's just called Columbine, which makes me think of different things than knitting. It is not finished, but I hope you can see it. If not, I'll try and insert some pictures. It's knit flat initially, but I've done it on circular needles. It's on 4.5 millimeters. So you knit the back piece and then you add on the straps here to the back top on the left and right. And then you knit the sort of front piece and this side, and then you join it in the round. And actually, what I love is that it creates this sort of faux wrap shape. It looks like it's a wrap just there, but actually that's where it just joins in the round. I really like the style of it. You do some decreases just under the bust, and that sort of gives it this shape that it will have when it's off the needles. And now I'm just working the bottom part, and then you do the sleeves, sort of like cap sleeves, I think it's called. They kind of look like a petal, which I think is really cute. I really like the colour. I don't have anything in this colour. I had the perfect yarn for it, so I thought, let's do this. Although I have one more skein of yarn. I think it'll be fine. I've got this much plus one, but I only need to do about 6 centimeters left on the body, and then the sleeves, and they're short sleeves. So I think this will be all right. I don't want to be playing yarn chicken again. I pretty much always use the Knit Pro Zing interchangeable needles. And just to keep my beginning of round, I've got this adorable little stitch marker in the shape of a heart. Last year, I went to Holland and went to Stephen and Penelope. I Googled sort of yarn stores. We were going to be in Amsterdam, so we were looking around there. Stephen and Penelope, everyone was talking about. And it's a very sort of famous yarn store. Oh, it was beautiful. it was really amazing. They had so much yarn, so many sort of notions. It's definitely on the expensive side, but really beautiful, really amazing quality, just lovely. I obviously spent about an hour there looking around. Someone who worked there came over and sort of asked if I needed help finding anything. And I sort of said, oh, no, thank you. I'm just looking. I'm so excited to come and see. I've been wanting to come here for months. She was very sweet. I chose 2 tiny little, maybe 25-gram hanks of sock yarn and some amazing stickers, which are like places you can knit. And then it has a picture of like a mountain and it's like places you can knit. I thought they were really sweet. Right when I was paying, the woman who had spoken to me before put some other things in the bag. And she was like, oh, I just chose these for you because you were really sweet and you were excited to be here. And I thought that was the nicest thing ever. So there were some of these heart-shaped stitch markers, which makes me very happy. Every time I use them, I think about it. And these adorable little notion nests, which are made out of felt, and you sort of fold them together and you can keep your little bits and bobs in there. And it was just the sweetest thing and made me feel very warm and happy. So I'm using one of those stitch markers, long story short. Recently finished another pair of socks. I knit quite a lot of socks. I learned how to knit socks maybe 1.5 years ago and have knit probably about 11 pairs now. I know some people think socks are incredibly hard. People are always talking about how turning the heel is really difficult, but it's not. I don't think it is. I think you just need clear instructions. This old lady at this yarn store near my university, I said, I want to learn to knit socks. And she told me everything I needed and helped me hugely. And she said, do you have a pattern? I was like, no. And this was when I was sort of getting back into knitting after I hadn't been for a while. And she said, use Winwick Mum's sock along. And I was like, Winwick Mum? And she was like, yes. So I did. It's free, it's online. Amazing. Super clear instructions. Never had a single problem with it. Amazing, love. So if that's holding you back, check out Winwick Mum, the sock along, and knit some socks. They're good to have with you. I always have like a pair in my bag to knit. They're great for gifts. They're really inexpensive because you only need 1 skein of yarn. So it's great. And of course you can do colour work. So I learned to do colour work with socks. And now I've done quite a few colour work pairs. I know some people don't get much joy from them, in which case fair enough. But personally, I love the different options you have. I love making them as gifts. I just think they're a really nice project to have. They work up quickly. Yeah, socks are a good time. I recently finished a pair from Charlotte Stone's first sock book. They were the lavender ones. I'll insert some pictures. These are for a friend's mum. I'm about to start another pair of socks. My mum is buying the yarn because she wants me to make a pair for her friend. So I'll be doing that for her. Now after this, I'm not sure what I want to knit next. Oh, actually that's not true. I do know what I want to knit next. It is Alexa Curry's Big City Bonnet. So Alexa runs Material Girls, which is an amazing group in person, an amazing community website, although it's acting up for me at the moment and I can't tell if the website is down or if something's wrong on my end. But I haven't really been able to access Material Girls World, which is the community like forum. I don't know if anyone else is a part of Material Girls World. Let me know if you're having a problem or if you're not, because I need to work this out. Alexa also has a YouTube channel, which you should definitely watch. I'm a major fan. Yeah, I love her, obsessed. She talks about like how craft is political. She recommends amazing books and she makes free patterns. She has a quarterly zine and she has regular meetups in London. She's an absolute icon. My goal in life is to be her. So check her out. And she's lovely. She's really nice. She has a pattern called the Big City Bonnet and I really wanted to knit it last year. It was just getting too warm. I got the chunky yarn that I needed. I got the Retreat, it's in red. It's on 6.5mm needles, which I didn't have at the time. I recently bought them. They're not the Zing, they're bamboo ones, which I don't usually go for. But it was all they had and I really wanted to start it. And also, I think it was Connie I was watching a video and she was saying that she actually quite likes bamboo ones when she's working with mohair because it provides a bit of extra grip, and this one does call for a strand of mohair to be held as well. And I went to the yarn shop near my university, but they didn't have any kind of colours that I really wanted to go for with the red. A while ago I started knitting, I promise this is relevant, I started knitting the Petite Knit cloud blouse, and I started knitting it in really dark pink and light pink mohair, so it's 2 strands held, and it wasn't happening. It's not really that it wasn't clear, that's not really a problem with Petite Knit often, but like I didn't get that far with it, to be honest. I got sort of to the arms and I was just like, this doesn't look good. It didn't look good. I didn't like the colour that was being made. I didn't like the sort of texture of it. I didn't like the neck. I didn't like it, essentially. And with a project like that, which requires so much mohair, I didn't buy all the yarn at once because who can afford to do that? So I had like a couple of balls of each colour. But anyway, that has meant that it sat in a bag for months and months. Recently I just frogged it and it was a nightmare because mohair. I've separated them, and so yeah, I'm just putting that pattern to one side. Maybe I'll come back to it in the future, but I don't know. But it does mean now that I have spare mohair. So I did a little swatch with the light mohair and a swatch with the dark mohair, and for some reason the dark mohair just, you couldn't see it in the swatch, even though it was way darker and pinker than the red. You literally couldn't see it. Like, I showed it to someone and they were like, there's nothing in that one. It's really strange. But the light pink created actually a really nice colour. I thought I was going to like it with the darker one because the red is a little more orangey maybe than I would usually go for. But actually the light pink, it looks really nice. So I've done that swatch, and so and I've got the needles now. So actually next I'm going to do the Big City Bonnet because it's getting colder again. And finally I have everything I need for it. So I'm really excited to knit that actually. That is a paid pattern, so I bought it, you know, last winter. She also has one for crochet, and she has so many free patterns for knit, for crochet, for sewing. Yeah, so I would really recommend checking her out. I recently updated, well, when I say updated, I mean really finally properly started my Ravelry, which I've had an account for a little while. But I didn't really understand it and it seemed like a faff, so I just sort of ignored it. But I wanted to see some knitting people that I follow. I wanted to see what they were making, and I wanted to find a pattern for this top. So I kind of went back into my account and actually properly sort of committed and put in my most recent projects. I put in the socks I've just finished, I put in this project that I started. I've recently knitted 2 baby jumpers for a friend who's having a baby soon. They're adorable. One I've already given to her, so I can't show you, sorry. It is sort of dark orange and light orange striped. So the top part of a bit on the sleeve is dark orange, and then from sort of there below, it's light orange and dark orange stripes, and it's adorable. It's the calendula pattern. I can't remember the name of the person whose pattern it is. I'll put it here. Again, actually, I got a Petite Knit pattern to do the sweater, and it was just baffling. Didn't know what was happening with it. So I surrendered and got the calendula one because I could see I had really good reviews. So easy, so simple, amazingly done. It knitted up incredibly quickly. Yeah, I was thrilled with that. I used the Drops ultra fine merino, I think, for the second one I did, which I will attach a picture of because it's so sweet and I still have it. And then for the first one with the orange stripes, I used the is it Lang Merino? I think it was the Lang Merino. So I put those in. I did finish the cloud v-neck blouse finally, because I started it embarrassingly long ago, like 1.5 years, and I can't remember why. I can't remember if it was because suddenly it was summer or what, but I just stopped it and I only had like half a sleeve left to go. Like, oh, I need to go and get my other skein of yarn. I'll finish the video first. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Really baffling. Again, when I started it, I was much more limited and also knew much less about types of yarn. And actually, I like this yarn, but I can't say how it will wear. I fear that it might pill quite badly because it's a sort of acrylic DK or fingering mohairy. It's called Shh. I can't remember who it's by, I'll try and put it on screen. It's this nice sort of ombre, but I don't know. We'll see. I need to block it, let's be honest. I only recently succumbed to blocking, although I haven't knit many garments, so I've known how to knit for a long time, but I only got really into it consistently about 2.5 years ago. And a lot of that has been socks. And then I've done, I think, 2 proper garments, 2 baby jumpers, and, you know, various bits and bobs. And then a couple of things that I've started and frogged. Oh, I've made a lot of mittens as well. I like a mitten. And again, good gifts. But blocked the baby jumper, world changing. Blocked my colourwork socks. Incredible. So I think I need to block the v-neck cumulus blouse before I condemn it. It's nice. It's fine. We'll see. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. I guess this is just a sort of introduction, first video situation. So if you found this, I assume that you knit and or other crafts, or maybe you're thinking about starting knitting. Leave a comment below, let me know what projects you're working on. I'm always in the market for some new ideas. Let me know if there are things that you want me to talk about or anything like that. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back and upload another video as long as the embarrassment of doing this doesn't overwhelm me. But I won't let it. I will go forth. Okay, thank you, bye.